I have watched a lot of videos on spiritual awakening over the years, and while I found pieces that deeply resonated, like moments where I was like, that's me too, what I've noticed is this: everyone's experience is different. And honestly, that's the beautiful thing about it. There is no one size fits all awakening. For some, it's sudden, for others, it's slow, and for me, it's been a gradual unfolding, like a peeling back of an onion. It's been like a quiet curiosity that I've had ever since childhood. And then every so often something would come along just to shake me up, just to wake me up a little bit more. Whether it was a conversation or a chance meeting or a substitute teacher that would talk about the paranormal and aliens and yetis and the Bermuda Triangle. That actually happened to me when I was 7 years old. But always I felt like there was something more to life, more to me, my physical experience. And even as a kid, I was drawn to meditation without knowing what it was and the paranormal. I had music tastes that didn't match my age. I was into Enigma, Deep Forest, Native American drumming, and I will never forget the night I saw two black shadow figures standing at the end of my bed. And it freaked me out. I was maybe 9 at the time. But deep down, I knew that there was more to this world than just this physical existence. Still, my awakening didn't arrive all at once. It's kind of been like a series of tower moments. That feeling when the rug gets pulled out from underneath you. And I'm a Scorpio, apparently. We're the one sign that has 100 metaphorical deaths before we actually die. Shout out to my Scorpios. When the tower card appears in a tarot spread, I'm just like, brace myself. But I know it's destruction for the sake of truth. And for me, those moments have looked like, over the years, a relationship ending that I thought would last, or not getting the job, the acting role that I put my heart and soul in. And probably the biggest one was losing my dad. Each of these moments, looking back in hindsight, cracked something open in me. I became more curious and I started to question more. At the time, life felt like it was falling apart, but now I see them as initiations, awakenings wearing the mask of grief, loss, and disappointment. And then came Reiki and spiritual healings for that matter. Earlier on in my journey, when I'd go for like spiritual healings and treatments and stuff, it would feel incredible. It would feel amazing, walk away floating like a cloud. But then something shifted for me, and I was just like, this is not blissful. When I studied Reiki earlier on this year, and I started to practice on myself, I started to purge. And I know that it stirred something in me that my body couldn't ignore. And no one prepared me for the physical side of awakening, the recalibration. Like, after healings, I didn't feel blissed out. I felt wrecked, like something was being extracted, like pulled out of me. And then I would purge, and that purge I'd feel like miserable, like nauseous and unwell. And then I'd get like the spiritual flu. And this would last longer than a week sometimes. I would get fatigue, body aches, headaches, insomnia. My chest would heat up, my heart would get little palpitations and flutters, my throat would tighten and feel like there was a feather stuck in there, like something needed to be released. And that's kind of when I went down the rabbit hole, because I was just like, what is wrong with me? And I found ascension symptoms. And basically what it means is your body is literally shifting to hold more life. It is getting rid of the density and the pockets of energy that no longer serve you. Because what I've learned in Kabbalah is basically it's the process. It's a study of the vessel and allowing the vessel to hold more light. But in order for us to hold more light, we need to let go of those anchors and those things that cause us not to act from an egoic perspective and not a heart, good intentional, compassionate perspective, if that makes sense. So here's what I believe. Our souls choose these moments before we get here, before we incarnate. The catalysts, the breakdowns, the messy in-betweens, not to punish us, but to prepare us, to help us evolve, to help us remember who we were before the world told us who to be. And sometimes that remembering looks like falling apart, like grief, like a spiritual flu, like wild uncertainty, like not recognizing yourself anymore.